Did you know you might be making a huge mistake with your free bets and missing out on major profit? But over the course of the video, you're going to learn exactly how to maximize these wagers and make yourself a more profitable sports bettor long term, so stick around to learn more. Welcome to BetStamp, where we deep dive into sports betting strategies to help make you more money. Make sure you drop a like if you learned something new over the course of the video and subscribe for more just like it. Today we're tackling one of the most exciting tools for sports bettors, which is free bets and risk-free bets. We're going to learn what they are, the mistakes you might be making with them, the optimal strategies, and even how to guarantee profit with them. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started in sports betting, I'm going to show you how to convert these into real profit. So stick around and let's make these freebies really work for you. Let's start with the basics. Free bets and risk-free bets are promotions offered by a sportsbook for new customers or for rewarding loyal customers. But what's the difference between the two? For free bets, the sportsbook gives you a specific amount of money to wager, and if the bet wins, you keep the winnings. However, you do not keep the stake. For example, if you bet $10 of a free bet to win $10, typically you would win that $10, but you would also get back the $10 you placed to bet. Therefore, you would bet 10, and if it wins, you receive 20. However, in this scenario, when you bet $10 as a free bet, and if it wins, you receive that $10 of winnings in return. However, you do not get that $10 back from the free bet. For a risk-free bet, you place your own real money on a bet, and if it loses, you are refunded partially or in full with a free bet. So if you place a $10 bet, but it loses, the sportsbook could refund you with a $10 free bet. And if you win the bet, it's just a standard win. You get the stake back along with the winnings from the bet. But before you jump into free bets or risk-free bets, you're going to want to maximize your profitability, and BetStamp is the perfect tool for this. It helps you compare odds across sportsbooks to make sure you're getting the best possible price for all of these bets, but we'll discuss more about how BetStamp can help you with risk-free bets and free bets over the course of the video. Everything may seem all in well with a simple free bet, but hold up. People could be wasting their free bet's potential by not thinking it all the way through. Here are the 3 mistakes that you should be avoiding. Mistake number 1 with free bets is betting on small odds. Now, a lot of people, when they see a free bet, they want to turn that free bet into their money, and they want to do this in the most likely way possible. But this is not the best practice. When you have a free bet, you should be encouraging yourself to take on bigger bets and bigger long shots. This is your opportunity to really find some profit with these wagers at no cost to yourself if the wager loses. When it comes to a free bet, the absolute minimum odds you should be placing a wager at is plus 100 or higher. If you're using a $25 free bet, your winnings should be at the minimum $25. Mistake number 2 you could be making is not line shopping and therefore not maximizing the potential of this free bet. We already spoke about finding the best possible price for your wager by shopping across sportsbook with a tool like BetStamp. However, in this scenario with a free bet, you obviously cannot choose where that wager is being placed. That free bet has to be placed at the sportsbook that offers it to you. So what you can do with your odds comparison tool is that ensure you are betting on a market where this sportsbook is providing the best price across your region. By failing to do this, you are not maximizing the potential of this wager. Mistake number 3 you could be making with your free bet is not actually using them and missing out on opportunities. I get it, your inbox could get cluttered by subscribing to promotional notifications from different sportsbooks, but if you fail to do this, you could be missing out on promotions just like this, and therefore, once again, not maximizing your earning. And we know in sports betting, every little bit counts, so have those notifications turned on the place that is most convenient to yourself. With free bets, it can be a lot easier on the mind when I say to really take on those long shots with the wager, because at the end of the day with a free bet, we know that the worst that could happen is the bet loses and you're back in the same position. And you've taken your opportunity with the big long shot, but at the end of the day, you haven't lost any money. Now, for risk-free bets, things could be a little bit different on the mind, because in this scenario, you're actually wagering your real money on this. Mentally, it can be different, but mathematically, you actually should be applying the exact same practices to risk-free bets as you're applying to free bets and with the mistakes that we just talked about. Let me explain why a little bit further here. Whether you're placing a risk-free bet or a free bet, you could be betting on something, let's say, from minus 500 odds or plus 500 odds. But in both scenarios, whether it be minus 500 odds, whether it be plus 500 odds, your expected value in a theoretical VIG-free market is going to be 0. Whether it's minus 500 or whether it's plus 500, your expected value is 0. The reality is, you cannot lose on a free bet because you're back to the normal position. And if you do lose on a risk-free bet where you're refunded in full as a free bet, once again, your expected value is the exact same no matter what odds you take. Therefore, this is your opportunity once again to take on that bigger long shot potential to maximize your profits. With risk-free bets, again, it's easier to take on that plus 500 long shot, but even for risk-free bets, I highly encourage you, even if you don't have the risk tolerance to go that high, to at least get plus 100 odds or better, but I'd recommend looking in the plus 150 to plus 200 range even for these risk-free bets. I do understand you may not want to go as high as you would with that free bet compared to the risk-free bet. Even if you do lose that risk-free bet, you have the opportunity to recoup those funds with the free bet where, once again, you're employing the same strategies. Now, I did say in a theoretical VIG-free market, the expected value of your wager is 0. Obviously, that's difficult to do at a specific sportsbook, but we once again call upon the odds comparison tool that BetStamp is offering, where you can shop across sportsbook to sportsbook to effectively take away the VIG. Sometimes you'll find a market that is VIG-free when shopping across various sportsbooks, but in certain scenarios, you may actually be able to find a market that has a negative house edge because of this comparison, therefore adding on to the positivity of your expected value. Another way to make these free bets and risk-free bets work is combining it with other promotions and using it on something like an odds boost or enhanced odds, once again, just adding on to the value of your wager and taking away the VIG from the market. Even when you're doing standard wagering with your real money, the more VIG or house edge you take away from the market, the more likely you are to be profitable, and this especially pertains to risk-free bets and free bets. Like I said, everyone's appetite for risk is different, but what if I told you you could actually guarantee profitability with these promos? And trust me, I do not use the word guarantee lightly. Let me show you what you can do. What we're looking for here is something that is called matched betting. This is where you place one bet with your free bet and another opposite bet at a different bookmaker to cover your bases. Let's say the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Buffalo Bills. You use your free bet at a sportsbook on the Kansas City Chiefs money line. And importantly, you use another sportsbook to place a real money wager on the Buffalo Bills. To maximize your profitability here, you likely won't be able to bet the exact same amount of money on each side. So if you have a $25 free bet on the Kansas City Chiefs, you probably won't be able to bet exactly $25 of real money on the Buffalo Bills to maximize your profitability. You'll have to bet specific amounts, but that's where BetStamp has another exciting tool to make this so much easier to do. All you have to do with the BetStamp free bet conversion tool is enter in the amount of money you're using with your free bet, enter in the odds that you've used the free bet on, and the odds on the opposite side, and that's it. BetStamp will give you the exact amount of money you need to place on the opposite side with your real money to guarantee profitability, and it will showcase exactly what that profitability is going to be. It is important to note that even though this does guarantee profit, it actually is not quite maximizing your expected value. However, in a small sample size where you don't have a lot of these free bets to maximize its profitability long term, or if you have a lower appetite risk, this could be the right play for you with these free bets to at least guarantee this profitability. This is a great way to build your bankroll when you're just starting out in sports betting, especially when you have sign-up promos that include risk-free bets and free bets. To sum it all up, free bets and risk-free bets are fantastic promotions, but especially if you're using them correctly. Take your chances on long shots, hedge your bets if necessary with something like a free bet conversion tool, and ensure you're always maximizing your expected value by using an odds comparison tool just like BetStamp. Remember, it really is the ultimate tool for comparing odds and maximizing your wagers. Don't just leave it to luck. Use these strategies and make those free bets work for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, then that deserves a like. And if you want to see more videos just like this, where we help you make more money with sports betting, make sure you are subscribed to the channel.